tell you about value-based healthcare today by three of our speakers from IEI Integration and our software partner Smart eCare. So let's start from the first one. Our CEO, Dr. Jordan Jiang from IEI Integration, who will be presented to you Healthcare 4.0 today. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the seminar. My name is Jordan Jiang, CEO and President of the IEI Integrations. I'm very happy to give this topic today about IEI Smart Hospital Healthcare 4.0. This will make value-based healthcare possible and also fulfill the mission of the IHF. It's called patient-friendly and smarter healthcare. First of all, how do you measure value in healthcare? Is in dollar signs or by the emotion, happiness, mentally? What do you have in mind about the value for the healthcare? Patient value is very simple, similar. The health outcome divided by the cost. So what does value means to you, for you in healthcare? It's easy that we want to have the optimized health outcome for the patients with the most effective cost. So that's very easy to understand this concept of the value-based healthcare. I know today many countries are now pushing for more systematic way for the insurance policies, government's investments, the cost. So the value-based healthcare becomes a topic that people are interested in. You may or may not agree with me. Today, if you go to the hospital, many nurses or even doctors, they are so busy, they are burnout, sometimes they are overloaded. So sometimes patients, for them just a number. Patient number 1, patient number 2, patient number 3. And patient number 1 need injection, patient number 2 need blood pressures, and ECG, so on and so forth. So it's not really a friendly environment today if you go to a hospital today. So not too many happy faces in today's environment. Nurse is not happy, they are overloaded. Doctor is not happy. I'm talking about sometimes Taiwan. Doctor is not happy, they are overloaded. Patient is not really happy because everybody is overloaded or not receiving a good service. How about this? This should be a better one. We should look for a value-based healthcare that with the help of the technologies. Today, we see improvements. People are using smartphone to recording all this temperature measurement, the weight measurements. We see improvements. So eventually, in the environment, healthcare environment, we want to see more happier faces. Nurse has less loading, and then patients can receive a better healthcare. So the ideal situation in the hospital should be the nurse is able to remember the name of the patient? No, each patient's conditions. Each patient has different situation. Some patient may be happier, some is in the bad mood. So we want to see more happier faces in the healthcare environment. So that's the goal. That's the goal now. This hospital environment, hospital society, company like IEI is also try to put investment to try to improve, providing solutions so that we can have a smarter hospital, smarter healthcare. Some of you may know this gentleman. This just happened last month. How many of you watched the NBA basketball game? Any of you? Some of you, huh? Just last month, a month ago, the first game of the seasons between New York Brooklyn Nets versus Indiana Pacers. And it happened to one of the players, is Brooklyn Nets player. His name is Marlene. You all know that he is from Taiwan. He's very famous in Taiwan. You can see when it happened, specifically, it happened on the fourth quarter at the 4 minutes, 50 seconds. He fell down on the floor, injured his knee. And he cried out, I'm done. He's done for the seasons. He will sit in the bench. So he was sent to the hospital to have health care. It's good. Next day, the two faces looks different. It seems like he received a good health care. He's happy. He said on his Facebook that he has a successful surgery. Even his coach, Kenny, looks also happy. So I'm pretty sure the technology in the hospital. I believe this hospital is in Brooklyn, New York City. Catch my eyes, which is this device in the hospital. It is an IoT gateway to collect the medical data, vital signs, without manually input into the systems. It is part of automation of the process in the hospital. So the nurse, the doctor can have the accurate information about the patients. So I believe not because Jeremy is the VIP, is the NBA good players, so he received a good service. I believe because the hospital has a good infrastructures, so everyone go to the hospital should receive the similar health care. And I'm happy to tell you this device is designed and manufacturing in Taiwan by my company, IEI. So that's the reason when Jeremy posts the picture on his Facebook, it catch my eyes about the device. I'm so happy that the IoT gateways, the IoT application can be used in New York City and help this healthcare more efficient. There's a company in US called Qualcomm Life. They have a very good business strategy. very good business direction and business models. They are trying to build the medical grade end-to-end connectivities. So they are pioneers. I would say they are pioneers to provide a solution for connected health care. So they started with the data source, including all the devices, like sensors, including the medical device, the diagnostics device. They have the other end, which is the app and service that circle around the patients. So they try to connect the hospital systems or hospital environments with the outside hospital, maybe home care, maybe clinic. So they build up a private, secure, cloud-based storage. In the meantime, the gateways is scalable. So they try to eventually provide the remote care business. They try to make this patient-friendly and smarter healthcare happen. So I use Qualcomm as examples because we are providing the solution on this site. And on this site, I'm going to tell you later on, I have a friend from Singapore. There's a Singapore-based company. We work together to providing the solution for this, we call social health communications. Let's back to the value-based healthcare. How do you think that value is only for the patients, or how about the doctor, how about the nurse, how about the caregivers, how about the hospital, or even insurance company, even the government? You can see the nurse, the doctors, they want to have more productivity. They want to have more satisfied with the service that they provide to the patients. The patient want to have a safety. They want to have optimize the healthcare outcome. When the total cost care, the insurance company care about the total cost. Hospital care about the total cost. Even the governments care about the total cost of the whole nation's healthcare expense. So here is a solution that companies like IEI is providing a certain solution, working together with all the ecosystem partners. Starting from automation the process for all the clinical documentations. We want to, more and more, we want to be able to remote monitor, remote healthcare. We want to be able to gather the data, analyze the data, so we can give an intelligent alarm before the disease happens. Or even early warnings of the risk by, again, the IoT applications, using all the device, all the data information collected in the database. Analysis, big data analysis, so we'll be able to do more and more preventions and predictions. Eventually, if you listen to the keynote speech yesterday morning, Dr. Jiang is talking about the artificial intelligence. In reality, today, the most topic being talking about in the ICT or even in the semiconductor industry, which is artificial intelligence. So eventually, you want to be able to provide optimized treatments for the patients. So if you look at this chart, the value-based healthcare means to all the parties in the healthcare industries, including the nurse, including the doctor, hospital, patient for sure, and the families, the whole societies. We want to see more productivity on the nurse, doctors, so they can be happier. In the meantime, with most effective cost. So the chart can really tell us what the value-based healthcare is driven to. How about healthcare 4.0? Some people also talk about healthcare 4.0. What do you think that today's hospital is at which stage? Let's do a survey, quick survey. If you think today's hospital or the healthcare at healthcare 1.0, raise your hand if you think it's 1.0. Nobody thinks it's 1.0. 1.0 is handwritten. The nurse still write on the papers, even on the hand, and then put into the computers. Well, some of the charts already digitized, because most of the hospital has his database system already. So that's 1.0. How about 2.0? 2.0, we start have PACE systems. Some of the image information archived in the PACE systems. So, well, more automated process. Healthcare 3.0 is automatic data acquisitions. The example I show on this New York City, the IoT gateways for the vital signs collections, that probably is healthcare 3.0. But even today, there's some hospitals still at 1.0. You may be agree or you may not be agree. Eventually, healthcare 4.0 is going to happen, believe it or not. There will be a virtualization of the existing system. There will be a big data utilizations. There will be artificial intelligence applications. There will be care service everywhere. So give you another examples. My friend from Singapore, he developed the I just mentioned, they call it social health communications. In the cloud, in the Microsoft Azure, he has his electronic records, including the PACE image, in the cloud, in the Azure, in the Microsoft Azure. He comes to Taipei. Something happened to him. He goes to the doctor. He gives doctor, he asks doctor's email address. And in a second, well, in 5 seconds, the doctor received all the profile of my friend's records on the Azure. He can see the PACE image. So he can easily talk to doctor about his histories in order for doctor to do a quick decisions, what will be the next step. So that will be healthcare 4.0. And do you believe that it's going to happen? No matter you believe or not, it's going to happen to some degree. So Healthcare 4.0. There's a concept behind this chart. It says patient-centric healthcare is surrounding about the patients. We want to integrate it, the system in the primary or secondary, means hospital or clinic. We want to integrate just I mentioned my friend's electronic informations, the records of his health situations into the database. In the meantime, then connect with the friend, with the families. The concept behind this is the patient, not just the patient only. Now we are talking about service. Hospital, insurance company, all the healthcare caregivers. Now we are changing the concept, become a service industry. So this is the patient-centric healthcare. Put this slide as another scenario. It's pretty much the same as I just mentioned on the previous two slides. So no matter it's the hospital, you go to the hospital, you will have all the exam, you will have all the information data. More and more people are talking about home care. The data that you collect at home, outside the hospital. Where do you store the data? Eventually, all the information should be integrated somewhere. It could be private cloud, it could be public cloud. And all the information will be, to some degree, shared by different individuals. Shared by hospital, shared by the family members. So you can see even your medicine, or how you eat the meals, how the doctor or nurse be able to communicate with you through a social health communication app. So this become an integrated or connected healthcare. And again, I want to emphasize again, through this process, through the collect the data by the device, gateways, we want to do the remote healthcare. We want to give alarm, we want to give warning, we want to give optimized healthcare. So through this process, company like IEI is working with different partners. Could be a device company, could be a software company, or even the doctors, hospitals. We want to be the intelligent ecosystem partners to provide the solutions. So this is the I mentioned a couple times the social health communications. I want to quickly introduce Frederick. Frederick, can you? Yeah. So Frederick is from Singapore. So after the speech, he will be happy to talk with you about how Heiser working in Singapore, now in Taipei also. IEI Care You, you go ICU, right? IEI Care the healthcare industry for the world. I want to give the last slides to show you how this how the technology change, and also how does this so-called patient-centric healthcare or smart healthcare, healthcare 4.0, how the trend changed the expense structures. You can see from 2007 to 2025. If you want to see the expenditures by 4 different categories: monitoring, treatment, diagnosis, and predictions. You can see the treatments will reduce significantly. So more expense will be happening on the monitoring, diagnosis, and predictions. So we are so happy IEI as a company is part of this a big trend for the healthcare industry. So I'd like to turn over to my colleague, Marlene, to talk about IEI's product and solutions to address different areas of the healthcare requirements. So let's welcome Marlene.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. My name is Marlene. I'm product manager from IEI Integration Corp. And I will following our CEO's topic, value-based solutions. I will share you our experience in the solutions and share you our real cases around the world. And our market actually is covered 5 market applications. You can see the picture shows from the emergency medical service, the OR, smart work, home care, and mobile nursing care. And when we're talking about the healthcare IoT, they are always 4 layers, from the sensor layer, gateway, cloud computing, to the application scenarios. And actually, the healthcare IoT is around you and me every day. So give you an example. I'm just very happy because I lose 5 kilograms in half year because the healthcare IoT. Because I wear my smartwatch, that will help me to tracking the step every day to influence me to step 10,000 steps. And it can generate the report monthly and share to my parents, share to my friends, so we can have again to setting a goal so I can achieve my diet plan. So I'm very happy with it. And IEI provide a complete IoT healthcare solution as well. From the whole for the IoT overview, we have this year is our 20-year birthday. So we already have 20 years working on the IoT product developing. So we have many ODN experience from the ECG, blood pressure, SpO2 or thermometer. This is a patient monitoring device, and we have dedicated optical and algorithm team, so we can design our own like the radioscope, endoscope, and medical grade barcode reader. And we have the complete medical card solution. We design our own medical card to developing the ID, Outlook, and battery, and to the panel PC. To the gateway, the purpose to the gateway is to collecting the data from the patients. And we provide the panel PC, embedded box, tablet PC with battery, and backup monitor, PO box, and companion robot. And to the cloud computing, we have a very professional subsidiary. They are doing the network attached system, not system. So this can be a private cloud to install in your home, to collecting your vital sign every day. And for big data, the most important, you have to have a very powerful hardware platform. So this is our new product, is very powerful, can support up to 10 CPU cores, and with the 10 gigabit Ethernet. So that can help you to diagnostic like the image or data to accelerate to process the data. Okay, so I just mentioned we have 20 years experience in the IoT experience. So we hope we can use our experience in capability to offering the value-based medical solution. And in the following slides, 10 minutes, I will share you our experience and real story from worldwide about the value-based solution. First of all is the EM service. You can see the figure report from Taiwan. The figure says the reasons to call ambulance have several reasons. The top one is car crash, acute disease, and trauma. And here we are talking about the acute disease, is the acute myocardial infarction. Because the MI disease is the ranking number 2 among the 10 leading causes of death in Taiwan because of the aging population and our eating habit. And the normal treatment procedure, for the treatment procedure is here shows from the ambulance dispatch to the surgery start. Normal is spent 110 minutes because there is no ECG carrying in the ambulance. But now, Taiwan is the pioneering country can achieve the door-to-balloon time within 52 minutes. And the whole procedure can reduce to 15 minutes. So how can Taiwan achieve the goal? Because in the ambulance, we can take some action in advance, especially for the ECG data collecting. And they use the mobile 3.5-inch ruggedized PDA. Is really ruggedized. We have the water and the dust proof, and we do the drop testing for 2 meters. Okay, they use the mobile device to collecting the vital sign, especially the ECG data, and use the mobile wireless to transmit to the emergency to tell the doctor which send the right person to the right hospital to the right surgery, so we can achieve the door-to-balloon goal. And when we facing the like the skin disease or trauma patients, previously, what is nurse do? They have to write down every detailed things to describe the outlook of the trauma of the wound. So that is very inefficient, right? Okay, but now we have 2 new solutions can help you to improve the procedure. The first one, the nurse can use the 4K camera to capture the outlook of the trauma, the wound. And our DICOM conversion system can help you to convert the normal picture into the DICOM format. So that will speed up to help you save the picture into the existing DICOM server. And we have another company, NAS company, that can be a backup DICOM server solution. And we have a new app just developed, we call the DICOM Viewer, DISG, that will help the doctor if they are not on duty, they are out of the hospital, they can use their smartphone to access the storage to see the image. The second one is about the operating room. Here is the report from National Health Executive from UK that indicates the neighbor event in the operating room. You can see the top 3 is very ridiculous. because the first one is wrong side surgery. What is wrong side surgery? Like you remove the wrong teeth in your mouth. The number two, they retain the foreign object in your body. And number three is wrong implant. So that can be preventable event in operating room. So how can we prevent these kind of never even things? Nowadays, more and more integrated operating room in hospital. So the OR integrating room means you have integrated environment in integrated asset, like the on-mount air condition, and with the integrated diagnostic device, like the sit-on X-ray, MRI, and with integrated communication system. Wi-Fi, you use the Wi-Fi and RFID to communicate different modality image and different vital sign data and surgical video. And all the data exchange is on the hospital IP network. And what can IEI offer is we can offer the complete size of the medical grade piano PC. You can build in the mobile nursing cart, and we have the embedded video recording box, like this picture show, and the DICOM monitor. And I will show you the successful story for the three products. The first one is about the surgical recording system. This story is from our German customer in the operating room. Like the picture shows, in the wall, they use the very big panel, 65-inch panel, and they need a very compact size embedded system to hide in the wall behind the panel. So the application is they use this system to connect to the endoscope to recording the video procedure when you have the endoscope surgery. And so the video can provide a real-time video for the physician team, and they can record the video at the same time. And our system is pretty ruggedized. We use the very high performance CPU and fanless, and because the environment have the requirement for the high hygiene requirement, so we design the surface with very flat, so you can clean the system very easy. And the second one is about the panel PC application. It's in the anesthesia machine solution. This is our product. This is the anesthesia machine. Our product will help to collecting the ECG and the blood pressure, and to show the listing of the surgical schedule. And the third one is the surgical DICOM monitor. For the operating room, you have to show different modality image. So that is, the images from different diverse equipment, like the CR, C-arm, a camera ultrasound like this. They have different interface. So our monitor provide a different video input, and we also can give you the video output. So that means you can connect to the next monitor with the same image. You can put the two monitors in the same room, or put the second monitor in the control room. The third application is about the smart word. For the smart word, the most important thing is you have to give your patients enough information, communication, and entertainment. We have two product lines. One is small size, is the digital whiteboard. It's based on Android platform. Another one is big size. We use as the entertainment terminal. They have different applications. For the digital whiteboard, they can show the like the name and sex of the patient and what is they allergic to and what the nurses have to watch out for the patients. They can show this very key event in the digital whiteboard. And for the big size, usually is for entertainment and education. Maybe the patient and the doctor can show the results X-ray to explain to the patient and their family. And if the patient have free time, maybe they can shop online for some nutrition on this kind of big panel PC, or they can use their smartphone. They want to watch the TV, they can wireless transmit the video audio to the big screen to have a very good time. And we have a real case in Taiwan hospital. They even transmit the heart beating to the small digital whiteboard. So the nurse don't need to go back to the nurse station to see the ECG data. And the number 4 is home care. We have a new product from home care. It's the 8-inch small robot, companion robot. Okay, you can imagine if you live in Taipei and your grandma is living in Kaohsiung, and you do have more time to always stay with her, and you can buy one of the companion robot to him, and you can call him and robot and can automatically answer your phone, and you can and the robot can automatically tracking where is your grandma, or even you can use your smartphone to find out where is grandma. So that is very convenient for the aged people. And if your grandma like children, they can treat the robot like their children. They can ask the robot they want to watch a video or listen to the music. Okay, the robot will play what they love because we're building the YouTube and TICC and Google in the robot. And for the home care, there are many data can be collecting every day from your body. Maybe you have many devices around you already, like the blood pressure, or the scale, or the sugar, or the pill box. But how do you integrate everything into one system? Because that will help you to generate a report to tell you what's wrong with your body. And our smart robot can do this thing, can help you collecting your vital sign every day. And after the data is integration, we can send your personal health record to our private cloud. And finally, maybe can merge into the EMR in hospital. And the final one is the nursing care. Okay, here I'm talking about the physical loading for nurses. Okay, the nurses have to push their cart 8 hours every day. And the cart, the loading is at least 25 kilograms. So how can we reduce their loading? And the battery weighs the most is 6.5 kilograms. And the battery have very short lifetime. The lifetime is 1 to 2 years. You have to change your battery. And money cost is very expensive. So we have a new product to replace the old solution. It's an all-in-one panel PC. It's very lightweight because we're building the battery inside the panel PC and hot swappable. So that will help the nurse to reduce the total weight with 5 kilograms and help hospital to cost saving up to $400. So that is what we do. That is a win-win strategy. And finally, I will thank you, our software partners. We work on the several solutions. And I hope if you have time, can visit our booth in the front of the lobby. Okay, we will give you more information of our new products. Thank you.
Thank you, Jordan and Marlene, for the presentation. And next, we will welcome Dr. Chen from Smart E-Care. He will be telling us the real case story about how to enhance the efficiency in the hospitals.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I know it's late, but I show you our experience of implementing smart care solutions across Taiwan, which can greatly reduce the workload and enhance efficacy. And most important, it can save money. Here's the Catcher Technologies, our parent company. They are the world-leading company in the light metal casing industry. Here's some famous brands that we work with. And this is me. I've had more than 20 years of experience in hospital management and the patient safety supervision. So I'll talk about the current medical setting. Assessing the patient's health requires a lot of information. And a large portion comes from physical copying of data, which is very true in data entry onto the hospital information system and nursing information system. The current clinical issues, I'll take the daily practice of blood pressure measurement as an example. Usually the nurses will take the blood pressure measurement data onto a piece of paper and even onto the palm before data entry onto a computer. These necessary actions actually consume too much time from patient care. And transcription errors sometimes occurs which may cause the patient safety incident and possible lawsuit. And our medical staff often face a large proportion of unorganized data, which makes them to evaluate patient incomplete, and then most of the time difficult to assess them in a very good way. So right now we are facing, many countries are facing the silver tsunami at varying paces, with more and more elderly people coming in, less and less youngsters they have to support to care for the greater increasing medical care. Working harder is not a solution. They cannot compensate, they cannot make up for the increasing medical demand. So we have to think about an intelligent way to make our staff to work smarter, not harder. So here's show how we do it. In the past, actually, there's IS-232 have become an industrial standard, which is on the back of many medical devices. And with our special designed Bluetooth dongle, which attached to the IS-232 interface, we can retrieve those data onto our mobile device very easy. And we can make our staff to do the patient assessment and patient judgment very easy. Okay, here I showed you the basic introduction of our solution. Video, please.
solution utilizes NFC and barcode scanning methods to ID and transfer data from staff, patients, and medical devices. By using our patented INDAS eCare format, data is transferred to mobile devices via the Smart eCare's Bluetooth dongle. Simultaneous multi-machine transfer is possible, hence it reduces staff workload and errors. Data syncs automatically with inter-hospital systems to facilitate charting and reporting. Scanning the barcode or RFID outside of isolation ward enables quick and easy vital sign capturing with an effective distance of up to 10 meters. Data is transferred to staff outside the room who can complete various medical reports. All data can be saved into inter-hospital systems such as EMR, HIS, NIS, or to Smart eCare's management system for reporting and printing needs. SMS and email notifications can be set up for real-time alerts to improve patient safety and quality of care.
Okay, here's the basic introduction. This is only the first step of intelligent healthcare. Next, so by scanning the various medical devices through the Bluetooth method, we can retrieve the data easily onto your mobile device, and then we upload to your HIS knee system through the Wi-Fi. And the most important thing is that we can retrieve acquire the hospital the patient's data, like image study, blood test, or something, into your mobile device, and we do data integration here. We can make the doctors or nurses to make patients assessment very easily. So right now we are connected to many kinds of machines, and anything from blood pressure machine to EKG to dialysis machine. Here I present you our example in the respiratory unit. Okay, video please.
By utilizing our Bluetooth dongle, we can transfer the medical device's data over to your mobile device wirelessly. So, using RFID scanning or barcode scanning.
Okay, it's very easy, very quick, very accurate. Okay, here I'll show you this. The screen picture is what we got. You can see on your mobile device that what you got from the respirator, and then we will filter those necessary data onto the next layer for patients management, for monitoring, for viewing. Right now we are integrate some laboratory data and X-rays all together to help the clinical decision making. And I'll come to the hemodialysis unit. This is I'll show you for the rest of our presentation. Here is the procedure that patients need to go through for each hemodialysis. And right now, the patient, the doctors and nurses have no pen anymore. They do their job on the mobile devices, and it's accurate, it's fast. Okay, video please. This is my hospital. It's a very small one, but
intelligent system for hemodialysis. Number 1, patient signs in. Patients ask for his or her personal RFID card. which includes his or her name and medical ID number. Number 2, patient weighs in. 1. Sits upon the weight scale. 2. Places the RFID card upon the card reader. 3. Within seconds, a check mark will appear to indicate completion of upload. Number 3. Patient data. When scanning the patient data, the following would appear. 1. Infection indicator. 2. History of allergy. 3. Shift change. Number 4. Hemodialysis plan. Inquire about the dialysis treatment plan for the day. Number 5. Dialysis machine data. 1. Scan the patient data. 2. Scan the dialysis machine. 3. Verify the data before saving. Number 6. Nursing record. 1. After weighing in, the system would automatically create one patient record. 2. Nursing records primarily uses phrases to describe and record each stages of the patient's treatment. Number 7. Treatment implementation record. 1. Before implementing the doctor's order, one must select whether to execute or refuse first. 2. If you refuse, a reason needs to be provided. Number 8. Order record. One can inquire about the physician's order for the day. Number 9. Laboratory and imaging examination. Immediately inquire about the laboratory and imaging exam results. Number 10. AV shunt evaluation record. 1. Established date. 2. Type of AV shunt used. 3. Sites of AV shunt. 4. Hospital where AV shunt procedure were completed. 5. Termination date. 6. Reason for termination. 7. AV shunt photograph.
Okay, this video is taken about one year ago. Right now, many more functions are added, which make our system more intelligent. So I take some, for example, the rolling blood transfusion will cause disasters. Right now, you can compare the scanning the barcode on the blood bag and scanning the barcode of the patient. You compare these two. If it's correct, you get a check sign. But if it's wrong, a red flag will appear to stop you from the wrongdoing. So this is the past. With handwritten, it's very sometimes indistinguishable. But after this system, it becomes very clean and neat. It's easy to read. And this is all the disposables that a patient goes through. And by scanning the barcode, actually you can trace your inventory label and make sure that you will not run out of supply. These are only some examples, some functions that we added recently. For doctors, they can do their runs. They can do all the job just onto their mobile device. They can enter their drug, their prescription. They can check the X-ray, the trend, and they can make the decision. So I tell you that right now there are 3 stages in smart healthcare. First is the data acquisition. Second is data integration. We need to integrate the data acquired from machines and data from patient. We integrate and make the assessment easy. The third stage will enter the artificial intelligence. because you get those big data, you can go into artificial intelligence later on. We have secured patents from the United States, from European Union, Japan, China, Taiwan. And here's our clients. They are the big players in Taiwan. So in conclusion, the benefit goes to everyone involved in the medical care. For staff, we set a lot of time that they can use this time to direct patient care. And we can improve the service quality. For patients, because of the improved service, they can save their life as well. For institutions, we save money because we upgrade your old machine, we revitalize your old machine with Bluetooth capability. It costs only a very small little money, and you can retain your workforce, and you can do monitor your inventory management as well. As a physician, I know that right now Sweat Hospital poses a stigma on every hospital in Taiwan. So we need to find a way to reform the healthcare system to make them work smarter, not harder. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Chen, for your presentation. So now we will have the last session for the Q&A. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask us.